Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom. Hey, Shalom, beloved Akiyam and Akwath. This is Mayan back again. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I want to bring forth this brief live stream. And you see the title, Evil and Only Evil. All right, and this is what's coming to this wicked, evil empire. All right, known as the daughter of Babylon, Mystery Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is preparing these people for the slaughter. All right, this is why they're going through that process of misery. All right, as the scriptures say they would. When you go into the book of Baruch, the 4th chapter. All right, and I got a clip I want to play from the beloved brother, Hopeful Elect 3, you know, talking to this exact part of the prophecy that's literally coming to pass before our eyes, man. Okay, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to visit this place with great evil, man, as it is written. Okay, because ultimately, the place, the behavior of this place, the way this place was erected, all right, the way this place was established, it was based off evil, wickedness, deception, witchcraft. You see, so all that's got to get paid back. You see, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Now, real quick, I want to go here real quick, right? You know, hence the title. I want to go to Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, but we're going to be reading out of the Good News Bible, though. All right, we're going to be reading out of the Good News Bible. All right, now this is talking to Israel. All right, but hey, at the end of the day, this place is wicked now. This is that wicked empire that has an end coming to it. All right, so hey, you already know the scriptures are twofold a lot of the time. You know, not only that, they're onion layered. All right, there's layers to this wisdom. You see, but again, scriptures are twofold a lot of the time. But needless to say, where do I want to go? The book of Ezekiel chapter 7, again, in the Good News Bible. In verse 5, and it reads, "This is what the sovereign Lord Yahweh is saying. One disaster after another is coming on you. It's all over. This is the end. You are finished, man." Okay, and this is the status of this place, man. This place is at the end, and it's finished. And there's signs and tokens all over the place giving credence to that, man. Okay, from the grievousness of the people. Okay, you see them complaining all over TikTok. All right, the economy's trash. The infrastructure is through. Inflation is prospering. All right, people are paying ridiculous amounts of money for electricity, natural resources like water. This is crazy, man. But this is the way the Lord, you know, wanted to gradually take this place out. Misery, man. It's all part of the misery All right, that's prophesied to come upon this place, man. All right, the mirth in the city is gone, man. Right, let's continue on. Look, the end is coming for you. The end is coming for you people who live in the land. The time is near where there will be no more celebrations at the mountain shrines, only confusion, man. Okay, only confusion. And hey, honestly, and this is the state that people are in now. A lot of these people that went down to the clinic, trusted Esau back in 2020. All right, look at their conditions now. Look at their mind state. Look at their health. All right, they thought they were gonna prosper with that juice. No, man. That juice brought calamity upon them, and now they're confused. And that's just one aspect. All right, here it is. They voted for DJ, right? DT, excuse me, right? Your good old Donald Trump. All right, and look what's going on social media now. You have MAGA, these once before MAGA members now apologizing online for voting for this dude. Okay, they're confused. You see, hey Jake, right? Niggas for Trump. All right, look you look at this, look at you now, nigga. All right, you got the Northern Kingdom. All right, Latinos for Trump. Right, look at y'all now, nigga. Right, looking crazy. Right, now let's jump real quick. I want to go to Isaiah. Before I grab this clip, let's go here too. Again, we're in the Good News Bible. We're going to be in the Good News Bible, right? Isaiah chapter 13. And verse 11. Now, the heading of this chapter, as we know, right, and the good news is going into God will punish Babylon. Okay, now this is talking to Babylon. We know this is talking to the daughter of Babylon. All right, America. This chapter is talking to the daughter of Babylon, America. This is not talking to ancient Egypt. I'm sorry, excuse me. Modern day Iraq. Okay, this is talking to Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, not the time of Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, now real quick. Again, the heading reads, God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will punish Babylon, man. Now I'm going to jump down to verse 11, and it reads, the Lord Yahweh says, I will bring disaster on the earth and punish all wicked people for their sins. I will humble everyone who is proud and punish everyone who is arrogant and cruel. All right, and we know Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, fits that bill to a T. All right, the proud and arrogant, those are all buzzwords for the self-proclaimed white man. You see, and you people have likened yourselves unto him. Okay, you tribes, the rest of you heathen, you liken yourself unto evil E, because again, you believe in this man. Okay, you subscribe to his philosophies, his ideologies. Okay, you want to be just like him. Okay, and you've taken on that proud, arrogant spirit. You see, what's that? Sirach 10 and 10. The way the king is, so are the people, man. All right, he's rubbed off on you niggas, man. So guess what? Now you're joined unto that pitch. All right, you're gonna be likened unto him, and you got that same judgment coming to you, man. Let me continue on here. Verse 12, right? The book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12 in the Good News Bible. Those who survive will be scarcer than gold, man. And the only ones that are going to survive off of the land, and as far as America is concerned, the only ones that are going to make it off of this landmass is the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and there will be speckled birds. All right, we have to qualify that. There will be speckled birds, which are Israelites that look like the heathen nations due to the curse of Deuteronomy 28 and 64. We've been scattered into all nations. But best to believe that their bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they're going to know and believe and trust in the Lord and believe that they're going to know that they're Jake. They're going to stand on that. They're going to subscribe to being an Israelite. It's not going to be a surprise. Anybody that gets caught up in them chariots, I'm not going to be like, what's happening? Why am I being abducted by aliens? No, that's not going to be the case. The elect knows the will of the Lord. And even if they look like a Moabite or an Edomite or a Hamite or Ishmaelite, you see, they're going to be well aware. It's an Israelite. You see, it's a speckled bird, right? Those are the only ones, the elect of the nation of Israel, the only ones that are going to make it off of this landmass. All right, everyone else is going to be that sacrifice in Basra. Okay, as you can read in Isaiah 34, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has a great sacrifice in Basra, man. All right, the America is likened unto an altar, and you people within it are likened unto that sacrifice, man. That blood sacrifice that's going to be required to cleanse this land of the blood, man, of the saints. You see, Numbers 35 and 33. Right, let's continue on here. I will make the heavens tremble, man, and the earth will be shaken out of its place. All right, on the day when I, the Lord Yahweh Almighty, show my anger, man. And hey, this is talking to what? Revelations 21. All right, there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth. The old heaven and the old earth is going to pass away. It's not talking to heavens as in where the Lord dwells. No, this heaven is talking to Esau's rulership, man. All right, his kingdom. This is what this is talking to. All right, the Lord said, I will make the heavens tremble and the earth will be shaken out of its place, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to take evil out. You see? Look, the foreigners living in Babylon, see? Look, the foreigners living in Babylon will run away to their own countries, man. And we're seeing the beginning stages of that now. There's this one clip I came across. Hopefully I can find it. I was going to do a lesson on it through the Spirit. But it's this lady, she's a realtor. Right, so she deals with, like, you know, selling homes and stuff like this. And needless to say, she said that out of the 10 people that foreclosed their cribs or whatever, they sold their houses, 6 of them are leaving the country. She says she's never seen that. She says in times past, she'll close out, say, 100 homes. You know, people selling the house, and out of that 100, only 1 will be leaving the country. You see? Just showing you the people out of here, man. They're like, yo, hell no. They're seeing what's happening here in Babylon. But there's no way for you to escape. If your lot is to be judged up by the Lord, wherever you go, it don't matter. You're gonna get judged up there. But I'm just making the point that we're seeing people flee from Babylon. You know, not only foreigners, you know, citizens, man. You know, they're dipping up out of here. You know? But anyways, the foreigners living in Babylon will run away to their own country, scattering like deer, escaping from hunters like sheep without a shepherd. Anyone who is caught will be stabbed to death, man. Okay? Great calamity is going to come upon you, man, if you're joined unto this place. Right? While they look on helplessly, their babies will be battered to death. Their houses will be looted, and their wives will be raped, man. This is what the day of the Lord looks like, man. This is what the buildup of the day of the Lord looks like. You see, this is why Amos 5 says what it says, man. What is the day of the Lord to you? You see, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Okay, see, and this is why we say you wacky, tacky, bugged out, so-called Christians, because you're so-called Christians. You are not truly the followers of the anointed. Okay, you are so-called Christians. You have no idea what you're asking for when you claim that you need who you ignorantly call Jesus to come back. You have no idea, no clue what you're asking for. Okay, because you sure enough are not prepared for the day of the Lord. Okay, we hope and pray that we are. You know, we hope and pray that we're going to be. You know, here it is. We got the 144% doctrine, man. And we're hoping and praying, trembling, man. Serving the Lord with fear and trembling, man. We're serving the Lord with fear and we're rejoicing and trembling. Because we don't know. You see? How much more you are wacky, tacky, bugged out so-called Christians with a false doctrine, a false narrative, a false understanding, no understanding of context, delusional, crazy, and belong in a straitjacket. How much more you? You are not in a position to be hoping for the day of the Lord. But you're going to have to find out the how. You believe in hell. You have no idea what's going on. No idea. The Lord's going to bring hell to you, is what he's going to do. He's going to bring it right to your doorstep. You believe in hell? The Lord's going to bring it to you. You're going to see what hell truly is when you're put in a condition that you can't get out of, man. Okay? Let's go to this clip. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahshua for the understanding. You know? Because at least now we can brace ourselves, all right, for the great and terrible day of the Lord. Because it's coming.
You know, one thing I don't think a lot of people have really given much thought to, and it's a disturbing part of what's about to come, it's the fact that I really don't think anyone's prepared. You can grow as much as you want to. It's not about the physical preparation. It is the mental preparation for the shit we are about to see. Because over the next few years, especially once the Medicaid cuts start fully coming in, when the SNAP cuts start fully coming in, when all of these government programs that have been helping low-income people stop coming in, and these people cannot even afford basic necessities, you're going to see millions of people suffering. And I know it's already bad in America. It's like, oh, they're already suffering. It's going to get worse. Because it can get worse. I don't think most people understand the fact that right now is the best it's going to be. It's only going to get worse from here for a time. The earliest any of this has a chance of even remotely improving in the slightest bit, and it probably won't even then, is after midterms. So for the next year and 4 months, roughly, around that time, year, 3 months, whatever, as the tariffs start to kick in, as the Medicaid cuts come through, as hospitals close down, as schools start to shutter because the Department of Education defunding, as more and more time passes, things are only going to get worse from here. It's the same analogy with climate change. This is the coolest summer we're going to have for the rest of our lives. And I don't think people are mentally ready for the amount of suffering they're going to see, because it's one thing when you are seeing suffering online. It's another thing when it's right next door to you. It's one thing when you are seeing suffering online. It's another thing when it's right next door to you. It's one thing when you are seeing suffering online. It's another thing when it's right next door to you. It's another thing when your kids go to school and they come back home saying that, oh, a third of the kids in my class, the only meal they get a day is through school. And it's going to be even more than that. There was already a large number of children whose only stable meals came from school lunches, but as SNAP gets cut, as Medicaid gets cut, and as insurance costs go up, you're going to see a large amount of sick people. You're going to see a large amount of GoFundMes. You're going to see a scale of human suffering that this country has not seen since before. And even then, it was only bad because this same dumbass was in charge. I really don't think people are ready for what's coming next.
And they're not. You see? And it's deeper than, he mentioned, you can physically prepare, but it's more of a mental preparation. It's even beyond a mental preparation. It's a spiritual preparation. You see? It's a spiritual preparation. And that spiritual preparation is only available to those of the elect. You see? Those that are dwelling in the secret place of the Almighty. You see, you got to qualify to be able to spiritually prepare. Okay? Because as we know, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has to call you. Unlike a wacky-tacky, bugged-out so-called Christian's mindset, you can't choose so-called Jesus Christ today. No, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has to call you in to his courts. So this is another reason to say that this is a blessing, what we're involved in. You see? Because it's a spiritual preparation that has to come upon you. for you to be able to make it out. Okay, what's coming. Matter of fact, let me get a quick precept. What was that? I always get these two chapters before mixed up. Zephaniah or Zechariah. I think it's Zephaniah, the 2nd chapter. I always get these two chapters mixed up. Yeah, Zephaniah, the 2nd chapter, in the 3rd verse. And it reads this. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh, all ye meek of the earth. Okay? Which have wrought his judgment. So this right here is letting us know who can actually seek him. All right, those that wrought. That word wrought goes into work, when you work something. Okay? And we've worked the Lord's judgment. We know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? We know him, like it tells us in, is that Sirach? Sirach, I think that's 36. All right, let the heathen know thee as we have known thee. Right? That there's no other power but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We know the Lord through his judgments, man. And he's known by the judgments which he executeth, man. And that's how we know him. Okay? We have wrought his judgment, the nation of Israel, man. And only the elect are going to be able to seek him and find him. You see? Look, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger, man. Okay? So in the process of repenting, turning back to the Lord, right? Seeking his face, right? And operating through his counsel. All right, grants us access to hope to be protected in the day of his anger, man. You see? At the end of the day, man, it's the Lord, man. As we read in Daniel. It's going to take divine intervention. Matter of fact, let's go with that. Let's just close out with that. If the Spirit allows. Hey, what time is it? 8:30? Let's go to Daniel real quick. Let's go back to the GMB, as a matter of fact. Let's get Daniel in the GMB. Daniel 12. And the Lord had old boy prophesying. Undenounced to him. The book of Daniel, chapter 12. See? It takes divine intervention to get up out of this one. It's not going to be no preparing physically or trying to meditate every day on how to escape, how to execute that escape route. Okay? Just in case if the troops come in the front way, we'll move like this. If they come in the back way, we'll go like that. Nah. Nope. None of it's going to work. It's going to take the Lord to get you up out of this one. Right? The time of the end. All right, this is the heading. Daniel 12. Verse 1, Good News Bible. And it reads, the angel wearing linen clothes said, at that time, the great angel Michael, who guards your people. Who's this talking to? Your people. This is the possessive pronoun. Israel, man. And we're going to prove it. Let's continue on. At that time, the great angel Michael, who guards your people, will appear. Then there will be a time of troubles, the worst since nations first came into existence, man. All right, what's about to come to this place is unheard of, man. Unheard of type of evil. Okay? When that time comes, all the people of your nation whose names are written in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's book will be saved. Okay? Let's read that again. When that time comes, all the people of your nation, all right? Your nation. What nation? The nation of Israel. Okay? Whose names are written in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's book. What book? The book of life. Okay, that we can read about in Revelations. Okay? Will be saved, man. Which is going to be the elect. Only the elect is going to make it out. Matter of fact, let's get one more. The Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We'll close out with this. The book of Matthew, chapter 24. in verse 29, and it reads, immediately after the tribulation, man, of those days, the same tribulation we were just reading about in Daniel, the time like no other. Okay, this is red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking, right? Immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. Okay, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is going to be nowhere to be found. Look, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, right? Which is talking to those missiles. This is allegorical speech. All right, the literal stars are not going to fall from heaven. No, man. Those are missiles flying. This is what this is talking to. All right, the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. All right, the heavens, again, going back into Esau's rulership. Okay, the power of the heavens shall be shaken. It tells you in the book of Job, I can't remember where it's at. It says the wicked should be shaken out of power, roughly paraphrasing. I believe that's the book of Job. Continuing on, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, Yahweh Shai, right? And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And why are they going to be mourning? Because they don't qualify. Okay? You people are going to come to the conclusion that the Lord wasn't all that you made him out to be. All right? This passive, loving everybody power that you were able to put in the box. All right? And work off your own imagination regarding how he gets down. Nope. You're going to come to the reality, okay, when you see your whole family starve to death before you, man, that this was not the power that you thought you were dealing with. Let me continue on, Babak Bashar. Right? And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, man. All right, and a lot of you people are going to give up the ghost when you see this. It's pursuant to the book of Luke. Right, look it. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Okay? Revelations 11, man. Come up hither. And then they ascended up into a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. This is what this is going to look like. Right before the 10 parts of the city fall, man. We're just talking to Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, man. Only the elect are going to make it out. And this is what we're hoping and praying and striving to be part of, man. It's all through predestination. You know, the elect are preordained, foreordained to be delivered, man. And we're just doing our due diligence to, you know, make our calling and election sure, put on therefore as the elect, and hopes to be part of that precious number. Now, real quick, let me just go to the comment board real fast. Hey, shalom to you, beloved Akim and Akwath on the comment board. And then I'm going to tune in later. Hey, Yahweh Bashim Yah Shai Baraka Thumb to you, beloved Akim and Akwath in your household, man. Shalom. Shalom. Let me get a few of these and we out. Let me see. Fire precepts. Let me see here. Ooh, fire. I got enough time to grab two of these. Let's go here. The beloved brother Yashama. Hey, shalom, beloved Akia. Yahweh Bashim Yah Shai Barakatah. Right, GMS Kingdom Minded. Right, let's get Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 10, and verse 10, and it reads, the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die, man. And that's going to be a process. That's going to be Esau being cut off is going to be a process. All right, it's going to be a surgical procedure that takes place, right, in the form of grievous judgment coming to pass, them scourges, all right, that these people are never mindful of, man. All right, them scourges for amendment. All right, that's going to be and at the end of the day, hey, the conclusion is going to be made that this nigga just got to be amputated. Okay? Completely cut off. You see? And Yahweh Shai is that physician, man. That's going to do the job. Fire precepts, man. Come, brother. America is the biggest scam on the planet. 100%. a complete joke. That's why we liken this place unto the Matrix. You know, it's a man. This is not even reality. You know, just look around, look at the people, man. I be in traffic. Look, I'm just like, oh my, you gotta thank for these people. You know, it's just like they're just everyone's programmed, everyone's tapped out. Beautiful precept, Akia, to close out with. The beloved brother Kazak Ban Yahawada. Just put it up right now. Second Esdras, the second chapter, and the 13th verse. This is one of my favorite precepts. Perfect precept to close out with. Right? Go and ye shall receive. Pray for few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch, man. Okay? And hey, the times that we're coming into, man, hey, the Wadi Yahweh Shemel shot for shortening the days, as he promised he would. Okay? For the electric, Lord willing, we're part of that precious number, or no flesh shall be saved, man. You see, because the times we're coming into, things are gonna happen fast, man. They're gonna have to, because it's gonna get grievous out here, grievous, man. And again, oh boy, the Lord had the Lord had old boy prophesying unbeknownst to him. He didn't even realize he was prophesying, man. He was in the spirit, and didn't even know it, you know. And but that's where we come in. All right, and you know the beloved brother, you know, hopefully elect, and other brothers. You got arrows of indignation. A few brothers that bring out information that we can ride with. You know, and the men of the Lord can take it, dissect it, spiritually project it, right? Which is gonna bring forth the understanding relating to prophecy and what's being talked about, man. The reality of what's being brought forth. You see, because this is the time we're in. We're in the time of prophecy, man. Prophecy speaking loud and clear. All right, and at the end of the day, prophecy is gonna be the end all be all. But that's all I got, beloved Akim and Akwaf. I got a dip. I'm a little ways away from the plantation. I pulled over and made it happen through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But I do gotta travel a bit further down the road, 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes to the plantation. But hey, the water, beloved Akim and Akwaf, as always, you appreciate it. The water for your support. Hey, it's always the water Yahweh Shem Yahushai for the brotherhood, man. The water, hey, you already know. Lord willing, you beloved Akiyam and Akwaf were edified and spiritually fed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Abarataza. Hey, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak with us. Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Hey, Shalom, beloved Akiyam and Akwaf.